Today we're going to do the Bobber Hex Baby Bobber. This is actually a dual band version of the antenna. Anything you can use for a stand for assembling will make it a lot easier. If you'll notice, the color wheel is color coded. Now we'll come over to the spreaders. There are two sets of spreaders, this set and this set that will be taped together. We will do these first. It really doesn't matter, but these do come in sets and they're taped together for a reason. If you look at this spreader, it is labeled yellow and white. It will go in the yellow and white position. I use blue tape on these. The reason I use blue tape is because it breaks and it doesn't leave any sticky parts left behind, so there's no glue left on here, so that's why I use the blue tape. Okay, yellow goes in yellow. We just slide these in here. Glasses help. White goes to white. White goes to white. And I go over here, turn these guys up, and get these to orientate these so that they're facing just like that. Okay. Next thing we do over here, we're going to just tear these loose here. Think of this as my Christmas tree, red and green. Red and green goes from here to the top of the tower. Same thing on this spreader, red and green. Here. We're to the top of the tower. Okay, we'll grab the next set that is paired. These are labeled blue and orange. Blue. Orange. You heard that little click? That's what you want to hear when you put this thing together. You want to hear them go all the way to the bottom. Up. And to the top. Okay. Grab the last two spreaders, which will be the red and green spreaders. Red goes in red. Break the tape. I like the stand because it makes it really easy to set this thing up. There we go. I'm actually doing this in my living room because it's really, really cold outside today. It's cold in the shop, so we're doing it here today. Okay. The basic frame of the Baby Bobber is built. The next thing we will do, we'll install the elements. And the elements will be labeled with a little sticker on there that says like 6D, 6R. R is reflector. There's two drivens, two reflectors. So we'll start off with the reflector. Run it down. Through, there's a little kink in there. That kink is supposed to be in here, by the way. Some of these, yours may or may not have a kink. Depends if I pre-install and pre-test it. Most of these I do go ahead and kink them up because it makes it easier to put them in. There. That goes there. Next thing we do, this will go from this one straight out the spreader that's by it. Don't kink your wires. Just leave it laying there. And get this one right here. Same direction. Put it here. Okay, now we're going to attach them. Over here on the ends, the way you attach these is, you'll notice there's a little bitty white mark right there. What we're going to do, we're going to loosen this connection off. Move the brass pretty close to where the end is at so that everything's touching the end. And tighten that back down. Same thing on the other one. There's the white mark. And try not to drop these little screws. They do come all the way out if you drop them. They're kind of hard to find. Right there to the end, where it's supposed to be, touching the end just like that. Tighten it down. Okay. Now we'll install the driven elements. The driven elements are pretty easy to install. Just open your elements up. Just drop it on this side of the mast and run it from this direction toward the reflector. And don't hook it up yet. Don't hook it to the terminals until we get through. And it's touching the mark. Very good. Right there, touching the mark. Perfect. Okay. The other driven element. Just getting the white marks. Let's keep everything to the white marks. Now, we'll install these in just a minute to finish this installation up. What you do next is you pull these guys, pull the slack out, and drop them on the terminals. We'll put the nuts on them last. And they're tight. They're pretty snug fitting. Okay, just leave them on the terminals loose for now. Just take these elements now, pull them in, drop them on the pins, drop it on the pin. Tightens everything up. Okay. On the top of the mast, there are 4 nuts that are in here. Take these 2 nuts out. The tools you need, by the way, for this is an 11/32 wrench. I use a nut driver, a Cresa or something, and a flat blade screwdriver. That is the complete tools needed to build this. Put it on. Got in the terminal. Repeat the process for all 4. Okay. And right there, you have an extremely rigid baby bobber hexagonal beam, complete, ready to install in the air.